Hey, welcome to this week's ad breakdown where we talk about the best ads for our different clients, what's working, what's not, how you can make your ads better as well using some of these strategies. So we always like to break it down, why it's working, why we think it's working. And in this one, it's funny, right? There's some novelty about seeing some old white guy with some zinc oxide on his nose. Looks like he should be on a beach in Waikiki, but instead he's behind bars. So it's going to stop the scroll. It's going to make you say, hey, what's going on here? And so that's job number one. Job number one is always to stop the scroll on Instagram or Facebook, right? And so then what is it doing? It's showing like that real pain point. Your dream vacation becomes a life sentence, and that's what this image actually communicates, is that you think you're going to go on vacation, but now you're locked in. You're locked up, and you feel like you're in prison because of this deal that you made for this timeshare. And then we talk about, in the subheadline, the first word is timeshare. So timeshares can lock you in, even when you stop traveling. And then we mentioned, so that's who it's for. That's what the problem it is that we're talking about, is timeshares. Because by just reading the main headline, you might not know that it's a timeshare. But once you start reading the subheadline, we have to get your attention first with the big headline, and then we can draw you in. And then we talk about our legal team. And obviously a legal team communicates a sense of authority. And we can communicate that this is a legal team, and it's not just some guy who's not a lawyer who's going to try to call some guy because he knows a guy about how to try to help get you out of this. And so that's kind of why this ad is working. But we also wanted to talk this week about why this is an AI generated ad and why we like AI generated ads. So this is a newer client for us, and so what happens is we can generate a lot of ideas and a lot of concept really quickly using these AI tools. And it's not a big fashion company. They're not worried about brand management or brand positioning or how this looks, or is it on this right model, and this model is this trending person, and we need to have trending models in the ads. We can test out a lot of different concepts really quickly without having to put together a photo shoot. Now, if you've never put together a photo shoot, it takes a long time, it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of moving parts. So you have to think about the concept. You have to think about casting the model. You have to think about wardrobe, makeup, photographer, lighting, a studio. Are we going to put these bars? Are we have to have a prop house to create these bars for this person to sit behind? Are we going to find somebody in CGI to just do the bars over the image after we shoot the model? All these different things. We're going to have releases for everybody, contracts for everybody. This could take 8 weeks to set up this photo shoot. It could cost anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000, and that could be just for one concept. Now, most small businesses don't have that, so we do talk about that we like AI for small businesses because of this. Like, you could figure out a few concepts that work if you ever do want to go on and you test this angle, you test different types of models, you test different scenes like this one here, and so you can test a lot, which is having that feedback loop, testing, reiterating, to find those winners is super important in the world of digital marketing. And so by using AI to test out these concepts, maybe you find 5 that work, and then you hire a photographer and models and a crew, and you actually shoot some of these things in person. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you are a small company and you don't have the money for that. So it is nice to use AI to shoot some things that look somewhat like real people. Obviously, we can tell that this is AI generated, but it's good enough for a company like this where we're just trying to get the concept across, and we're not trying to sell some clothes or anything else like that might need a real model, so you can actually maybe see how the clothes fit on a real person, things like that. And so we really like AI, and we like it for small companies. We like it for big companies as well, because as I just said, we can iterate, we can learn, we can iterate again, we can try different concepts quickly. That's why we're fast and light. We like to move fast, learn what works, come back, reiterate, go again. And so that's this week's ad breakdown. Again, this is one of our best performing ads for this client, and it's coming in at our target cost per lead, and everything else is working. And it's fun. Have fun with your marketing, because when you're having fun with marketing, it really reflects, and people will resonate with it, and it's going to get people to stop the scroll to look at it because it is fun. All right, see you guys next week.